one. That was Mace Total, What You Want. So there is a viral video of Aoki Lee, but just eloquently lamenting the fact that when we lose young rappers, that the communities of color, black people specifically, are the ones who are left to deal with it. That the community, by and large, that the world, country, by and large, the world, by and large, loves their music, but kind of doesn't make anything, and they're often dying from the things that they're rapping about. But isn't that the way? There's an old saying, and it's hundreds of years old, they want our rhythm but not our blues. As a matter of fact, most people in America, I would say, learn about the plight of black people through their music. They learn about black people, like, in whatever incarnation that is, whether it's the blues. It was so bad, they used to sing the blues. It was so bad they added rhythm to it because nobody could take it. They've always, and I would venture to say, that the only way that we've ever had a consistent ear of this country is through our art, whether it's athletic performance, whether it is movies, whether it is television, whether it is songwriting, and now rapping. We've always used our art form to amplify our perspectives. That is the only way they've ever heard us. And I believe that rappers do that, but I believe that when they lament and rap about the things that are current in the world, Marvin Gaye did that. You're going to be, if you listen to the word from what's going on, it is exactly a carbon copy of what is happening now. And I would say she's a young, erudite, bright, empathic woman. And the sad thing about it is that she's saying the same things that we've been saying for years. They want our rhythm, but not our blues. In other words, entertain me. I don't want to hear it. But the only changes that we've ever had, significantly substantive change, incremental as they are, really are at the behest of art. If you look at the civil rights movement, what is the soundtrack of that? The soundtrack of the civil rights movement is the Motown era. They set it to music. If you look at the greatest entertainers that ever lived, they were poor black people talking about poor black things. I don't care. If you look at Jay-Z, was a poor black dude who sold drugs in Marcy Product, and now he has the ear of the world because they were so indelible as artists that people felt them. You can be so good at your craft that if you looked at the greatest artists who ever is, the top 20 greatest, I guarantee you most of them will be, the greater percentage of them will be poor black people who talked about poor black things. It is the way that the country has always lived. The only time they've ever listened to us is when we're singing, running, dancing, jumping, or doing something that entertains them. I remember I was on a plane, I was flying somewhere, I was sitting with a young actor next to me, and this couple came up and they go, "Are you guys in the entertainment industry?" And he goes, "Why would you ask me that? That's so insulting." And when they walked away, I was like, "Nigga, we are in the entertainment industry. It's what we do." If you look at the wealthiest black people on the face of the earth, most of them are in the arts or associated with them. It is the way that we have expounded our message. It is what there's a scripture in Proverbs say that your gift will make a way for you. And that is what happened. It also will make a way for people to see things through you. So I lament, and to her point, Miss Simmons' point, she made a point when she said it's sad when these things happen and nobody cries about them but us. But look at what they do. With your art, you can illuminate situations that no one would ever have seen. Yes, it's incremental, but if you look at every substantive change that has happened in terms of race relations, there is music under it. Music is so tantalizing that if you make people feel good, they will forgive almost anything you do. There is a way. It is not just specific to this genre of music. It is all of it. All the music that you hear comes from us. All of it. So all of it, even the people, the great artists, that no matter how they are, they will tell you a story about that who are inspired by some unknown black person. Blues begot R&B, country music, hip hop. All of it came from black people telling you about black experiences. And through those black people telling you about those black experiences, the needle started to move incrementally. It started to change not as fast as you want, because nobody's that great a songwriter. Nobody's that great an athlete. Nobody's that great that you can make this country turn on its dime. But incrementally, the soundtrack of this country's movement forward has been in black voice. Aretha Franklin changed the world with her voice. Muhammad Ali changed the world with his talent. Look at the things that we are able to do by using the gifts God gave us. And that is the only way sometimes people can see us. I lament that this young woman is obviously bright young woman who has benefited. Like Russell Simmons, not only did he dominate the hip hop genre, but then he did it with comedy too. If you see any comedian of a certain age, and Def Jam had a lot to do with it, was instrumental in changing their circumstances. If Russell Simmons called me from Bali talking about that vegan stuff, I take his call because I know how integral he was. So she's a young, bright, erudite woman who raised a question that we have been asking ourselves since time infinitum. Why do they want our rhythm but not our blues? Why do they choose to hear us but not see us? We're all doing exactly what we've done before. We entertain, they are entertained, and then they turn away. But our gift is making a way for us. It is changing things. It has changed the way people see things, even if they only can hear it. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.